New York, big city of dreams.
I'm coming straight out.
New York, big city of dreams.
NYC. Shout out the Worldwide West. Everywhere we go, we leave a worldwide mess.
What's going on? This is JLS from Nick of Time Show, here giving you that Knicks talk just in the nick of time. And it's time to come back with my guys, all right? First and foremost, I have with me the man, the myth, the legend, the guy with the stats and the facts.
Ryan G is in the building.
Damn right he's in this building, all right? And also, I have with me my guy from the YouTube channel across the street. It's the Raw Metaphor. I like to call him the Raw Hebrew Remnant. What's going on, Raw?
Man, always an honor and a privilege to be with the KOT crew.
Yeah, exactly. It's an honor and a privilege to always have you here for these insight, man. Some people were like, Rookie of the Year. I call you Rookie of the Year for a reason. You came in here and you set it on fire. Some people were like, nah, he's Derrick Rose. Whatever you feel like you want to be.
IQ, baby. IQ,
he's rocking with IQ, so he said he's sticking with IQ.
Makes me feel 20 years young.
Exactly. Florida game already iconic. All right, let's go. All right, so we're gonna kick it off. We're gonna kick it off with some Derrick Rose talk since we're already in this Derrick Rose situation. So I want to just review, because this is what the show is. This show is a weekly recap show. We recap what's going on in the week. We're giving you the Knicks news, the Knicks rumors, and we talk about it. All right, and it's been a week since Derrick Rose has been here. Yeah, it seems like longer, but it's only been a week. Since he's been here, like he's been here for the Miami game, straight off the plane for a loss. He was here for the Washington game, for the Houston game, for the Atlanta, for Orlando, and for Minnesota. Now, while he was here, we saw, that our bench has been bolstered a little bit. It's been easier to score. It's kind of unlocked IQ a lot. He's starting to get off, getting a little bit of easy looks in those wins. But recently, these last few games, he's been struggling, right? IQ and Derrick Rose together. So, but all in all, it resulted in mostly wins. We have a winning record since he's been here. We have, two losses and 4 wins, 2 losses and 4 wins. The losses being against the Orlando Magic, which is kind of, I still don't understand how that happened. But it happened. It ruined our 5-game winning streak, but fine, it's cool. But it happened. And the Miami Heat as of now. All right, so guys, tell me, what do you think of the addition of Derrick Rose to the Knicks so far? Was everything expected? And does this last portion of these last 2 games, does that concern you at all about how they played in the chemistry with Rose and the second unit? You can start off, Raw.
Okay. First, it's like when Rose first came, it was almost like a college situation in the sense that in the college game, teams get so hyped. They start off real strong, and then the game settles in and the best team wins. So when Rose first came, it was all hype. He was so hyped to come to New York. He was hyped to play for Tibbs. So his first couple of games was all that energy that represented that. After that, they were settling in, and now we started to see a few warts on Rose. Like I wasn't expecting, and a lot of people, unfortunately, I think were expecting the Derrick Rose of the last Knicks stint. He's about a step slower from that.
Right. He's still fast, still pretty fast.
Yeah, but he's still quicker than 80% of the guards in the league. So he could still pretty much get to the rim at will. So at this point, it's the right time because now they got this homestand. And they're going to be practicing, no traveling. They get some practice time. And so you get an opportunity for him and IQ because IQ, we forget, is a rookie.
Right.
So, at the first couple of games, that was all hyped. But now IQ has got to adjust as a rookie his game to let Rose be the primary ball handler and him be the off guard. Whereas when he first came, he had his whole, his whole aura, how he's going to attack the basket, his floaters, all that. You notice he hasn't thrown up a lot of floaters since then. But I think that comes with some practice time and some time with D Rose. It can't really happen in 1 or 2 games. It needs a little bit of time. So this is the lull to me for the next phase of the explosion. So I'm not worried about it. I think they're just going to work it out as, over this next week or so. And they got 3 more games this week here.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're going to work through this, and then they go into next week. I think about a week and a half, you'll see them start to click again.
Yeah, most definitely. I agree with Raw. Like, I think they're going through a low right now because if you watch the games, there's not really anything different that defenses are doing and things of that nature. Pretty much, Rose is just missing shots that he normally makes. IQ is missing shots that he normally makes. So and throughout the NBA season, players are gonna have their up games, are gonna have their down games, and as Ross said, when Rose just came in, that was like an energy boost, like immediately right there, because Rose was in a new situation. He felt rejuvenated, and usually you ride off that adrenaline. And you play well, but now the adrenaline doesn't always stay. It's gonna fade after a while because you just settled and things of that nature. So I feel like, it's gonna take maybe a couple games or so. Once they can start practicing, getting their groove back and everything, they're gonna be straight, and then we're gonna see that exposure from Rose and IQ again in the backcourt when they get on the court.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like when I was looking at the numbers, because like the first 3 games, Rose was shooting some crazy. He was shooting 60% from the field. So when I was looking at that, I was like, all right, there's no way in hell he's going to keep this up for the rest of the season, right? So I'm like, all right, cool. I expect this to go down at some point. Like they call me a negative Nancy over there.
But that's real. That's real.
But it's real. It's like, it's too high. And now, the last few games, they've combined for, I think, like 4 for 35, Rose and IQ.
And they're not that bad.
Yeah, and exactly. I know they're not that bad. So I'm waiting for it to even out to see what this duo and what these guys can really do for our team. I do expect Rose to, still be like at least a 14-point per game score, bare minimum.
And Rose's darkest year, he's 18.
Right.
So, I mean, I think he was like 15 in Detroit, right? Ryan, is he 50? He was 15 in Detroit.
Yeah, before he arrived in New York. His previous season with Detroit, he averaged 18 a game, though. 18. This season, he dropped off a little bit.
Yeah, so he's one of those cats that, he can have 100-degree temperature. He's going to get 20 on you. So I mean, I could see him getting 14, 15. So he's not quite, like you said, I agree 100% with you, JF. They're not going to be quite as good as you saw them first 2 games, but they're damn sure not as bad as you saw in the last 3 games. So they're going to be something closer to the initial, situation. Because IQ is averaging almost 13. So I can see IQ staying at that level. Because the thing about IQ, all it takes for him is a couple of floaters and a couple of threes. And
he's in there.
Draws a foul, and also he's in double figures,
Yeah.
So he's 93%, 95% from the line. So he's automatic. So
top 3 in the NBA in free throw percentage.
It's just about Rose finishing shots that he normally would finish. And that's going to happen. He's just too much talent there. It's going to happen.
I think that's the thing I'm worried about the most. But I think because I mentioned this before that his finishing has dipped off at Detroit. He's been at the 46%. But that could just be his role there. He's not motivated. He's been in and out of the lineups. That could be partially it as well. And I feel like his finishing hasn't been that good after he's come back down there. But again, that can go back up. So I'm waiting to see what's real, what's not. I do expect the mid range to be better. Yeah. For sure. But that seems like to be the consistent thing that's been happening over his last few seasons before he even got here. I do expect his 3-pointer to be at least around 32 or so.
Yeah. And he's better in the mid range than he's shown the last 3 games.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
but I expect him to be pretty good. And I just don't what I've seen from him in his last few games though, I do feel like he's been pressing a little bit. I do feel like he's been going into triple teams. And maybe because he doesn't have people to run with him. Maybe the pace. The Knicks have a pretty slow pace. And a lot of the times when we're on these breaks and he gets the ball and he starts running, I just, as slow as he is, he's lost a step. But sometimes I do feel like he's running by himself sometimes. He's the first guy down the court.
Well, the thing is, it's like any of us. You ever been in a situation where you go to play ball in a neighborhood or with some guys you never played with before, right? So at first, they're not used to you, and you give everybody the ball, but then you want to show what you could do, right? So
Right.
He wants to contribute, and he's getting to the rim. It's just a matter of him becoming more comfortable. And I think, to me, this is a key week right here because they're home, and so he's going to be home for 3 games, getting all his practice time. I'm expecting him like late next week to feel a lot more comfortable, and IQ also. They're just too talented, man. There's too much talent there. You can't. Talent is talent. You're not going to hold it down forever.
Yeah, it's true.
Nah, I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. I feel like both of those guys will be fine. IQ will be fine, and it's all going to come together eventually. Yeah. I will be looking at the like you said, the rotations, because I also have noticed that at first his first game it was Rose and IQ coming off the bench together. Now the last couple of games, usually when Elfrid Payton is struggling, it's like, all right, it's IQ time. Let's see what you can do. Now what you're seeing is if Elfrid Payton struggles, it's D Rose
time. Yeah,
it's Rose time.
Now that's been a significant change.
Mm-hmm. So I do want to keep my eye on that situation because we know how Tom is. Tom likes, he goes with the people he trusts.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what he does, and he has a lot of reason to trust Rose because of the battles he's been through, got him to a former MVP, and he just won a lot of games for him. So he's going to trust him before IQ. But it's going to be interesting to see how games develop, if he switches that up, because I do feel like the game, and we won this game. When we started saying we won this game. Shout out to the Knicks. We gunshots. I'm busting the gunshots. We won the game. We beat the Orlando Magic. I know it was an ugly one. We wasn't supposed to win, but we won the game. God damn it! It's something we wouldn't have done last year, right?
Yeah.
But I do remember towards the end of that game, it was a struggle. The spacing was it was tight. And kudos to the Knicks because they worked on the pick and roll offense, not the pick and roll, their zone offense, and they've been able to attack that middle a lot better.
If RJ can hit that little shot consistently, they'll kill the zone.
Exactly.
They'll kill him.
Exactly. If you can hit that shot consistently, they will definitely kill the zone.
Yeah.
But when Derrick Rose and Elfrid Payton was in there, I feel like there's even less reason to clutter that zone. And these are one of those moments where I'm like, man, I wish IQ was on because maybe he would have had IQ in there to give him more space. But he went with Elfrid Payton, he went with Derrick Rose. The space was still a little bit funny. But end of the day, we got the win, and that's all that matters. You know what I mean? And a lot of that had to do with just Julius Randle being Julius Randle and who he is. And speaking of Julius Randle, listen, we're recording this on a Monday night. By the time this is out, I want to hear good news. Yes, I want to hear that Julius Randle
All-Star
is the next All-Star game. I already know why I think he should be an All-Star. Why should Julius? I don't understand. You know what? I'm gonna just say it. There is no way Bam Adebayo should be over this guy, man. No way.
Yeah. No way. Yeah.
No way. Julius is carrying his team.
Yes.
And his team is in the 7th seed, and he's carrying his team. So it's not like, I'm not saying, obviously, Bam Adebayo is a tremendous player, but he's got Jimmy Butler, and he's got help, man. It's not just him. He's got them shooters around him, and it's a more balanced attack in Miami, whereas the Knicks they've been in the 6th to 8th seed all season.
Right.
Yeah.
And Julius Randle is carrying them on his shoulder. The other night, it wasn't this past game. It was the game before Orlando. Who was that? They won that game. And he just decided, we're not going to lose this game.
Yeah.
And he carried them, man. And so to me, that's an all-star. No question. And his stats are on par with the Joker. And I think it's him, the Joker, and the one other player got his level of stats.
Giannis?
Yeah.
Giannis, yeah.
Giannis,
so,
yes.
To me, there's a no-brainer. Julius Randle should be an all-star. There's no question. I think the coaches have put him on. If the coaches are picking, they know.
Yeah. And matter of fact, I'm going to defend Julius Randle right now with some of his stats right quick.
Yes, stats and facts, man. Let's go, stats.
Yes, he's averaging 23.2 points per game, 11 rebounds per game, 5.5 assists per game.
Right.
Shooting 48% from the field and 41% from 3-point range.
Wait, how much from 3?
41% for 3-point range.
Once.
So
Come
right
on.
there, his stats right there tell you he's an all-star. You look at the Knicks record because they reward winning. The Knicks are 15-16, I believe. When was the last time you seen the Knicks at 15-16 at
With the
30
toughest
plus?
record in the NBA.
Exactly, with 30 plus games into the season. It's been a very long time. And then on top of that, if you want to choose between Bam Adebayo and Julius Randle, if you're rewarding winning, the Knicks have a better record than the Heat at the moment.
I mean, come on.
So it's like right there, like Julius Randle has all the factors in his favor as to why he should be voted an All-Star. Like this should even be a conversation to me right now. It shouldn't be a conversation. Julius Randle should get his first ever All-Star game this season.
See,
Absolutely.
the fans will vote players in based on reputation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's all good.
It's fine.
But the coaches shouldn't do that.
Nah.
Now, if the coaches vote, they got to vote based on who is the dude that's playing. Like you said, Miami's in the 10th spot right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Knicks are in the 7th spot. Come on.
In the 7th spot, exactly. We could be like a half a game from 6, like a game from 4th spot. Like we're in the mix. We have a winning season for the first time, and it's because of Julius Randle. Like Bam Adebayo, all due respect, is not leading the Miami Heat. He's not.
He's leading them to the 10th spot.
Yo.
Leading to the 10th spot. Julius leading us to the 7th spot. Now they got that. If you're going to say, okay, so they beat us twice, they did.
Yeah, they did.
But in terms of the season, the body of work you're looking at, it's Julius Randle. It's hands down Julius.
Exactly. And the thing, my fault, James.
No, go ahead. Do your thing.
And the thing I love about it is that pretty much everybody who I've seen put out their All-Star reserves, pretty much everybody has put Julius Randle on there, which strengthens, like everybody realizes that the reason why the Knicks are so good this season is because of Julius Randle. So it's like, I don't know how you can leave, like if he's left off the All-Star game, I feel like we should all go to the NBA offices and just riot in front of the NBA offices and be like, yo.
Facts. I'm with it. Throw something.
Because imagine if you had Obi Toppin playing Julius Randle minutes right now, we would not be 15.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to diss Obi. I'm just saying we would not be 16.
That's a fact. Yo, you saw Roy? You saw the JJ Redick interview with Julius Randle?
Yeah. Yo, but he said I've never been on a team like this.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been pushed like this. He said I've never played at this level before.
Yeah. And he thanks and you know I respect it too because this is a guy who's been booed. He's used to, playing well. He got into a new situation, failed miserably, took the heat from it, blocked people from Twitter. I've seen the people he's blocked some of my peoples from all the trash talking. Came back and put the work in and put the money with his mouth in it. And on top of that, it exposed some things. Man. Like, exposed the work ethic you need, exposed his tough mindedness, and it's also exposed, an old coach that we used to have.
Oh man!
And I'm gonna hit the drop right now. Shout out to World Wide West.
Shout out to World Wide West. Everywhere we go, we leave a worldwide mess.
No, but we can't. Steve Mills came with the checkbook open too, though.
Yeah, he asked World Wide West. World Wide West asked him, say, "Hey, what do I need? What do you need in your next coach to get me better?" And he said, "A coach to hold me accountable." And the combination of his work ethic with Tibbs, it brought him to this level. It's the perfect storm, man, and we're enjoying it, man. We need to celebrate this, man.
Kenny Payne.
Oh yeah, also the Kenny Paynes, the Johnny Bryants, the Mike Woodsons, Leon Rose. It's been a team effort, man. It's been a team effort. It's for the first time in a long time, the Knicks has something to celebrate.
Absolutely.
For real.
Absolutely.
And we don't have a winning season yet. We right under 500.
Yeah, right there.
We right there. We right there. Hopefully by the time this episode comes out, we got 500 over. You know?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's right. The buzzsaw is coming, baby. The buzzsaw is coming.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And because that happened, you're starting to see news like this come out. All right? Because the latest news on the Julius Randle front is that prominent members of the Knicks organization see Julius Randle as a young piece to build around. Now I know a lot of Knicks fans for last year in the summer, they had it in their mind that Julius Randle had to go. I'm one of those people. I'm not going.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Raise your hand. Guilty. Go ahead.
Guilty as charged.
Guilty as charged, but I mean, he deserved it. I'm not gonna lie. He was spending. He wasn't spending. He wasn't winning. He had no handles then. He was
no handle Randle last season.
Yeah, he was no handles Randle.
Turnover waiting to happen, man.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? I agree with him for the most part. I'm not 100% ready to put my whole extent. I feel like I do want to extend him. Not extend. I do want to pick up his option.
Yeah.
Of
Definitely gotta pick up his option.
Yeah.
Am I ready to throw the money at him just yet?
You don't have to. You don't have to. You got a whole year and a half. Just wait.
Yeah.
But the thing is that I'm saying you got to understand player development. So he was when they even signed him, I was concerned. He was a turnover waiting to happen. He was always a turnover waiting to happen. Didn't play no defense, didn't care to, and then wasn't handling the ball right and acted like he was, point guard of the future. So all of that was working against him. And I saw him last year just give up on defense a couple of times. So I'm like, man, can we get rid of him? So I was not expecting him to come in the way he had. But you got to acknowledge this cat is a different player. This is not the same guy. He plays defense. He hustles. He plays 40 minutes a game, and he's still bringing you 20 and 10. And he passes the ball. So this is a different player that we have now. You got to acknowledge this is not Julius Randle from last year. Or any year before. He understands that. And as long as he is, put it this way, as long as he has Thibodeau, Kenny Payne, Johnny Bryant, Mike Woodson with him, he is not going to regress. He's not. He's only 26. So you got to keep this cat and you want to build around him now. Yes, I wanted to trade him. I thought for sure about it. Didn't like him gone. But I did not expect this change. I did not expect it. So to see this, and again, I will say, and I told y'all in my video, I said the last preseason game of the season when I noticed it, he only had 11 points, but he was spraying that ball out of the post. They played the triangle, and I was like, I know Thibodeau used a triangle. They had him come on out of the pinch post, and he was spraying that ball around. And I was like, this is Julius Randle. And he was playing defense. I was like, oh, shoot. And that's when I realized there was going to be a rebirth of Julius Randle. Even though I realized that, I'm going to be honest, there is no way in hell I thought he would be this good. No way.
Neither. Yeah, me neither.
And especially hitting 40+% from three.
What?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because it was at one part he was jipping. He's like, all right, he's at 37. He's at 36. Yeah. I'm like, all right, cool. It's going to settle around here probably.
But then homie threw up somebody. I was like, oh, my God. No.
Oh, my God. What is that?
Look, who I want for Julius Randle? I want AD or Joker or give me Antetokounmpo and I'll throw our three first rounders and Antetokounmpo for Julius. Other than that, don't even talk to me. Don't even pick up the phone.
Man, I'm kind of with you because people keep saying, "Oh, this is fool's gold. I don't know if this is fool's gold, man. I feel like it's here to stay."
Nah.
Yeah, the biggest question that comes from this is, what do you do with Obi Toppin? That's always the question, man. Because as of now, you already see what's happening. He's only getting 9 minutes a game right now, it's seeming like, man, like it's almost like, man, maybe we should have drafted this. It makes people think maybe we should have drafted someone else if this is the way, we was gonna use Randle.
Well, honestly, I thought if they were going, and I'm sorry, Ryan, to cut you off, man.
All right.
I just thought that if they were going to trade Julius, Obi made all the sense in the world.
Right.
If they weren't going to trade Julius, if they were going to and this is the thing, I remember Calipari said one sentence, he said, we're going to find out how good Julius Randle can be. And I was like, what are you talking about? This dude getting traded. But no, he was really seeing they already had plans. They already knew what was coming.
Yep. They saw him. They was working with him.
Why did you draft Obi if you thought Julius was? Because like I said, I would have taken Devin Vassell, but that's just me. But but they took Obi Toppin. Now he's not getting the time that he needs to develop. Obi Toppin is no young 19-year-old kid. He's going to be 23 this next month. So, and I told people there's a 4-year rookie deal. By the time he's at the 4th year rookie deal, he's going to be in his prime.
Yeah. Well, he gets the minutes to be in his prime is the question.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ryan.
No, all I was trying to say is that Yeah, I agree with the standpoint of if you're going to draft Obi Toppin, you have to go in there with the mindset of either Julius Randle's going to get traded or you're not expecting Julius Randle to improve. So it's going to get to a point where it's like, okay, you're going to eventually, transition Julius Randle out of the starting lineup and then you go with Toppin because Julius Randle, if he continues playing the way he was playing last season, it doesn't make sense to continue playing him. But I don't think the Knicks foresaw Julius Randle actually becoming this good. So now it makes a little. So now when you look, hindsight's 2020. Now you look back, and you're like, you know what? Maybe the Knicks were better off drafting a wing, maybe, and then drafting Emmanuel quickly later on, as opposed to drafting Obi Toppin. But like I say, hindsight's 2020. And I think going into the season, the Knicks' mindset was, okay, Julius Randle did not play well last season. Obi Toppin happened to fall to us at 8. So you know what? Let's take Toppin as insurance in case Julius Randle does not improve. Yeah. And then we see how it goes. And unfortunately, Julius Randle improved. And now I'm not sure what the Knicks are going to do with Toppin. Like, I don't know how that's going to work.
It doesn't. It doesn't work. I don't know what they're going to do, but it's a tough situation because Toppin is from Brooklyn.
Trading the hometown kid. Ugh.
Yeah.
It hurts.
And it just happens that he doesn't. Now it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit at all. So I don't know what you're going to do. This is happens. You don't take a top 8 player and say, okay, you're going to be a part-time player. We got to be. You're going to be grooming him to be the man. But we got Julius Randle in his prime. He's going to be around for the next 5 years. What are you going to do?
Possibly.
I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I don't.
Exactly. And then like you could have came to a solution where it's like, okay, but let's play the both of them together. But then it's like, Mitch. So it's like you can't even do that. Nope. So it's like
it's like this is gonna
Mitch, and then you got Nerlens Noel behind Mitch.
Yeah, so
this is a thing where is really good that is good that Randle is here and he's doing well, but this is one of those situations where I feel like the fan base will revolt no matter what direction we pick. I think this is the situation we're in. Like I think when it comes to where we're doing next season, say next season comes, Julius Randle exceeds expectations again. He's doing the same numbers, but now he's shooting more threes at a higher value now. Because that's probably the next ever. If he gets better, that's probably where it's going to be, right? It might be that, or he might be the passes are crisper, and he's able to read the double teams faster. If that happens, then we're like, Obi's still getting 9 minutes a game.
Nah. See, you got right now with Julius Randle, you got Charles Barkley. That's what you got. A 2010 guy that could get you to the final. That's what you got. You just got to build around him. You got to do the whole Phoenix Suns thing and build around him, which the Knicks going to do. So I'm saying like this. Okay, it's one or two ways you could go. Either, you're gonna do the hometown thing and you're gonna keep Obi and you're gonna try to work Obi whatever you can. But I'm thinking like if I'm Danny Ainge, what would Danny Ainge do? That's a cold-blooded dude.
Yeah, he would trade his mama.
He would trade Obi. He would trade Obi
for a spar piece
to move up and get Cade or to try to get somebody like that. Add some draft pick. That's what Danny Ainge would do.
And that's what I'm thinking. I just didn't want to say it, but that's what I'm thinking might happen. I feel like there's a chance that Obi can be shipped with a pick to move up in the draft to get another star.
Yeah, because these GMs ain't stupid. They can see Julius Randle as a superstar, and they can see Obi's a talented 4. So you some teams gonna want that. So especially lottery team. So now you could get an Obi Toppin. We could give you our 2 first-round picks, and we just want that number 1 or number 2 pick.
I can see that happening.
Do that, man.
I can definitely see that happening.
A lot of teams that do that, and that'll relieve the pressure of them talking about trading Kevin Knox because he's a Kentucky guy, and they don't want him going anyway because he's a Kentucky guy. So they would trade Kevin, but you got Obi here. If I'm a cold-blooded GM. Like Danny Ainge is the most cold-blooded I've ever seen in my whole 50 years.
He has dead bodies.
He suggested that the Celtics trade Larry Bird.
Yeah.
So he's cold-blooded. So if it was Danny Ainge, Obi would be packaged in the next draft to make sure they're getting a Cade Cunningham or a Jalen Suggs. That will happen. Now, I don't know if the Knicks are going to do it because Obi is a homegrown boy. He's a hometown kid, man. So I don't know.
I don't know either, but I've been thinking that in my head for probably 2 weeks, Ro, but I've been scared to say it out loud. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
not even gonna lie. I'm like,
I don't know what they're gonna do.
the
and
way
I
this
don't
is
know
going,
what
I can
would do.
see him being shipped.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I know a cold-blooded GM would make that move because it makes no sense. You got a guy that's he's putting up 20, 10 with defense, with passing, with 40% three-point shooting. I mean, this is invaluable. What you gonna do? And then you got a 5 in Mitchell Robinson that can anchor your defense. You got a future All-Star RJ. What do you need Obi Toppin for?
Yeah, and you're looking at the way this roster is constructed, and like you're watching these games, and you're like, all right, we need somebody to help us finish these games. You need somebody who's consistent, creating shots, consistent hitting clutch, shots outside of the foul line, And you're like, what do we need? What do we need? How can we get what we need? Is it even possible? You know what? Let's get to these rumors. I don't know. A lot of these rumors seem like stupid, for lack of a better word, or maybe that is the best word.
You're not joking.
But let's just get to them. Like, there's a lot of rumors going on. One of them is Knicks top executive, World Wide West,
Shout out the World Wide West.
is secretly recruiting Bradley Beal to the Knicks through back channels, and this has been reported by ESPN radio host Michael Kay. And he swears this is a very good source. So sources say. I feel like we've talked about this scenario a million times, and let's just group all of these guys into one tier to just get it out the way, because I feel like all of them are in the same tier, right? Bradley Beal, Zach LaVine, and recently CJ McCollum. Add him to the list. The Knicks are reported that they are interested in them. And I've also seen another report that said the Knicks have been holding out Frank and Kevin Knox in deals to include another deal. Would you do this? Would you make a move for these guys right now? Is it too soon? Would you even include Kevin Knox and... Go ahead, Ryan.
Okay, I'm gonna start with Bradley Beal because I feel like Bradley Beal is one of the players that Knicks fans are split on. Like, I've seen half of the fan base be like, the Knicks should go for Bradley Beal. It's going to bring a superstar to New York and this and that. And I've seen another half of the fan base be like, you know what? This is not the time to trade for Beal. We have a good thing going right now. It's not the time to trade for him. And the way I think about it is like this. The Knicks have a young team, right? If you look at how other teams kind of like got to a point where they were able to make that trade to put their team over the top. Like, say, for example, the Lakers, for example. After Kobe retired, they went through years of building up assets, drafting young, and get to a point where they had a lot of young assets, a lot of, draft picks. Then LeBron comes in, so they get a superstar. Now you know you have that one superstar, so now you're one player away to possibly getting over the top. So they trade for AD, championship. You look at other teams as well. Another good example, I believe, is the Bucks, for example, as well. They draft. You get lucky with Giannis. Giannis becomes a superstar. Now you're just several pieces away. You're like 1 or 2 pieces away. So you make trades to try to bring in players that's going to help you get over the top. Same thing with the Sixers. The Sixers build up assets. They get lucky. They get Embiid, Simmons. Those guys develop, and I see the Sixers trying to wheel and deal to try to get themselves over the top. And the reason why I said this is because at the moment, the Knicks are 15 and 16. They have a lot of young assets. They're not at that championship level yet. Like, the Knicks are still several pieces away. So this is not the time to trade for a player like Beal, where you're going to give up a whole bunch of your young assets, a whole bunch of your draft picks, and then now all of a sudden you have Beal with a roster that's not complete.
Yeah.
And that doesn't put you in a position to where, you're close to a championship, and now you have to try to build through free agency and things of that nature. I feel like when you trade for a player like Beal, it has to be a one piece away type of deal. Like Beal puts you over the top to get you to a championship. At the moment, the Knicks should continue to build, bring in young assets, get more draft picks until you get to a point where either you're able to get a big name through free agency. Then once that big name is in, then you're like, you know what? now we can deal because we have that one big name here, and all we need is that one more player to get over the top. The Knicks are not in that position right now, and I don't feel like it's the right time to just waste assets and go get a superstar like Beal.
100% agree with you, Ryan. 100%. If the Knicks were knocking on the door of the finals, okay, we could talk about Beal. That one piece, just like you said, if it's AD or Jrue Holiday, right? You're talking about one piece to get you over the top. You've already done your development. The Bucks got Middleton and they got Antetokounmpo. Now, they would have had the piece if they didn't let Bogdan go. But they made that mistake. But now they went and got Bledsoe. That didn't work out, and they went and got a better player, in my opinion, in Jrue Holiday. But that's that one piece that you need. And so the Knicks are in the first year of a rebuild.
Yeah.
Not the year to be trading away your assets just to make noise in this year's playoffs. Bill is in his prime. You want him on a team that's one piece. Like if it was, like you said, if it was one guy, one piece for the Miami Heat, one piece for the Portland, whatever. You want one piece away teams want a Bradley Beal right now.
Yeah.
And he wants to go there. That's where he's going to get his ring. So the Knicks are not in that position. Right now, the Knicks are taking what they have and they're looking at the 8th seed, the 7th seed, the 6th seed. We just now entering the party. You know what I mean? So you don't want to give away your assets when you just entering the party. So to me, it's just like when you're talking about Beal, you're talking about Oladipo, you're talking about CJ McCollum, you're talking about Zach LaVine. To me, Beal is the best of all of them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And he will cost the most. Yeah. I'm not looking at him because he's gonna cost too much. Now we in Tiffany's, right? And they showing us $1,000 Rolex, and that we got 10 G's in our pocket, but we ain't got $100,000. So no, not right now, not that one.
Not right now.
So if you want to look at a 10 grand piece, you're talking about a LaVine, you're talking about CJ McCollum. So now, to me, as I said, this could go in two directions, and I don't know which way the Knicks are gonna go. I know which way I prefer they go, but I don't know what they're going to go. Yeah. Two ways. They got 3 first rounders. They got one they own this year. I'm counting ours this year, and Dallas is 2. I'm not trading my 2022, my 2020. I'm not trading any of my picks. But this year, I got Dallas's 2 picks, and I got my own. So what do they want to do? To me, they could use those 3 picks, package them with an Obi or a Frank, and move up and get a Cade or a Jalen Suggs. The only 2 players I do that for. Get one of them 2 guys. Or they can package those picks and get a Zach LaVine. And I would see, first of all, we're not talking about RJ. We're not talking about Mitch. We're not talking about Randle. We're not talking about IQ. That's off the table. So if you want to talk to us about a LaVine or a CJ, we're talking draft picks. We got young players. I love Frank, but if we can get a CJ McCollum with 3 first rounders and Frank and Kevin, okay, I might do that. But I'm not taking my core pieces right now. I'm not doing that. Either you're going to add to your core and you still keeping your 2022, 2023, 2024. We got all our picks. We just giving up what we got from Dallas, which already we're getting benefits because we got Julius Randle. If we add Julius Randle and CJ, so we don't trade a KP for Julius Randle and CJ McCollum or Julius Randle and LaVine, okay, I'm all in. I'm doing that. But I'm not doing it. And even, I don't know how old. See, I would do it for LaVine because he's 25. Him and Julius are on the same projection.
Yeah, I just want to make sure. I just want to be clear. I say so for LaVine, you would do 2 first rounders. I
would do the 3 first rounders and a young piece for LaVine. I'm not but then I'm giving up on K. I'm giving up on K and Suggs. See, that's what I'm saying. They can go 2 ways. They can say, okay, I'm gonna take a 25-year-old Zach LaVine. Right. I'm gonna put him in this starting lineup with an RJ, with IQ eventually, with Julius Randle, with Mitchell Robinson, and we're gonna roll because we got young players that can grow into the timeline. Or say, listen, because me personally, I'm trying to say, I'm thinking to me, Cade
Cade is the
Cunningham
future,
and
right.
Jalen Suggs are Hall of Fame talent. In 2 years, you'll be in the finals with them kids. I'm trying to tell you, this is Luka Doncic all over again. And if they agree with me and they think they're that good, then forget all these players. I'm waiting. And I'm going to put my assets to try to get one of those two guys because every year somebody's going to – listen, Michael Jordan was drafted 3rd, man. Ray Allen was drafted 4th. You know, every year, Luka Doncic was drafted 3rd. Somebody does, the best players hardly ever drafted 1st. So sometimes it's in that first 5. So if I can get into that top 2 by my 3 first-round picks with Frank, with Knox or Obi and Art and Frank, listen, I'm doing it because I'm telling you, I'm looking at a Jason Kidd, a Magic John. I'm telling you, these guys, to me,
Nah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
I wouldn't have did it this past season. I would do it this coming year though for these two guys. And I know Kuminga is good. I know Jalen Green is good. But you're going to need a couple of years for those guys. Jalen Green shooting 24% from 3 in the G League. He's going to need a couple of years. But Jalen Suggs and Cade Cunningham, if you put them in a Knicks uniform tomorrow, I'll help you win a game. Tomorrow.
No,
Okay.
I agree with you.
That's what I'm saying.
I gotta agree with you with the Cade Cunningham move for that. As far as Zach LaVine though, you know what? That could be the move. That definitely could be the move. Man, I hesitate giving up that many picks for Zach, even though I know he's worth it. And I hesitate a little bit, but because I want to see how the Bulls handle him. You know what I mean? I want to see how the Bulls handle it. I want to see how he feels because this is a situation where we was talking behind the air, guys, about the Zach LaVine situation. And at this point, the Bulls are kind of like they've improved. I know they feel like their team has improved. So I know the price for him has gone up for sure. And I want to see where Zach's head is at. Because does he feel like the Bulls are in the right direction with his improvement? Does he feel like he wants to be the man? Or does he feel like he wants to force a trade out of the Bulls? You know what I mean?
That's right. It depends on what he wants. Because if I'm the Bulls, I'm not just giving him up.
Right. I'm not giving him up either. After the season he's having, I'm not giving him up.
His reps got to come to me saying he wants to trade. If that's the case, then I'm gonna try to trade him. But if he's not saying that, I'm keeping him.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, I just wonder. I'm wondering if Zach is a possibility. I feel like Zach last year was a possibility before he blew up.
Yeah. But now I'm just saying is that if they go after Zach, to me, they're giving up on Cade. But let's assume they take the 2 Dallas first and Kevin Knox. Let's assume they do that.
$2 first and Kevin Knox.
Keep
our own pick. Keep our own pick for next season.
Keep our own pick. Yeah.
$2 first and Kevin Knox.
$2 first and Kevin Knox. Let's just assume they did that. And if they did that, what are we going to look like? You're going to have Elfrid Payton, Zach LaVine, R.J. Barrett, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson. You're still going to have IQ coming off the bench.
Right.
You're going to have Burks coming off the bench. You're still going to have Bullock. We are a solid.
Yeah, at that point, I would hope that we move Elfrid Payton for an actual,
Yeah, we are a playoff team, and we still got our own first this year. I don't know if they would do that. I wouldn't if I was them, but if they did, I would do that.
I feel like they would ask for like a higher young guy. That's what I feel like.
Like they cannot now. Mitch, RJ, IQ are off the table. Julius off the table. So what else they want? I'm saying to me, what else they want? Because we could talk about anybody else, but we can't talk about them for
Obi.
I would do it.
I'm not sure for Obi though because they have marketing. They have
marketing.
They have the dude from Duke too. Wendell Carter Jr.
Yeah,
and they just drafted Patrick Williams, who's another big man too. So it's like I don't know if they have space for Obi Toppin though.
Right. Here's the thing. Wendell Carter Jr. is always injured.
Yep.
Pat is legit. He's gonna be there.
They're starting him.
Yeah, they're starting him. Marketing is the swing.
Marketing. I think hearing mixed reports. Does he want out?
Yeah, I feel like he's been in trade rumors for a few years.
Yeah.
I don't think they're 100% sold on marketing. So they're not 100% sold on marketing, and they want another prospect to replace him while he chases the free market because they have to pick up his option this year. Then I can see them wanting Obi. You know what I mean?
Yeah. In that case, yeah.
So
You're
I
right.
can.
If they're looking at marketing as a piece that's going to go away, or they're going to trade, they definitely will want Obi. That would
Exactly.
be hard, though. Damn, that'd be hard. But I mean, if
Yeah.
I'm the Knicks and I'm going to get Levine,
I might just pull the trigger on
I
that,
have
to be
to
honest
pull the
with
trigger.
you.
I have to.
Yeah. If Chicago's willing to accept that trade, I might have to pull the trigger for
If we're
Levine.
talking about Obi Toppin and the 2 Dallas picks, and
For
let's say they
Levine?
wanted Frank, okay, I would do that. I would do that. I would do
Yeah.
that. I would have to do that. I love Frank.
It
Frank is
hurts.
my boy.
It hurts.
Yeah.
I would
It's not
give
even-
him a
it's not even
Chicago
Frank that
hat if
hurts.
Frank
It's-
was there. But I'm trying to tell you,
It's more the Obi that hurts, but it makes sense.
I would do that because
I'm
just
Because
look
that
at what we have
starting
left,
lineup-
man. We have a 25-year-old Zach LaVine. He's not even in this.
Yeah.
We
That,
got
it goes,
Julius
Yeah.
Randle, RJ Barrett. We are set for the next 4 years.
yeah, it goes with the timeline perfectly.
Yeah, exactly. And then on top of that, it's like, yo, Levine's having a career year, like 28 points a game, 53% from the field, 43% from 3. It's like these numbers are crazy.
Crazy.
So it's like if you have that dude here at 25, and he's putting up those type of numbers. So can you imagine when he gets 27, 28, 29?
Yeah.
Not only that, it's not just the averages I'm looking at. I'm looking at you got a 1-possession game. Pick your poison. Is
Right.
it IQ? Is it Julius? Or is it Zach? What you gonna do? And then you
Right.
still got killer RJ because he's a killer in the closer. So what you gonna do? That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at a 1-possession game in a playoff game. You gotta pick your poison because those cats will go off. So that's, to me, that's worth the price of admission. Now, like you said though, it's all moot if Zach don't want to leave Chicago.
Yeah, if Zach don't
If
wanna leave,
people
it's
are not
all moot.
pushing Chicago for a trade, he ain't going nowhere. Because if I'm Chicago, you got to push me.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
you gotta push me. I'm not letting
Yeah.
that boy go
I'm not
after what
letting
he's
you go.
doing.
Yeah.
Like that. And if I'm letting him go, you just believe I'm getting all the first I can out of it.
Yep.
That's for sure.
And for real.
That's
Yep.
for sure.
Yep.
And I'll say that there's been a bunch of other rumors too. I've heard the Victor Oladipo. I feel like it's still gonna be prominent just because Scott Perry, Scott Perry connection. He loves his old players.
that's one of our weaknesses right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I still can see that being an option. And even though I do like Oladipo, I don't think he's a perfect fit. I always feel like, because I know him and RJ like to operate in that same mid-range space.
Yeah.
I do like. Me, Ryan and I, we talked about this before. Like, I do like that he's a playmaker. So having multiple playmakers on a team is always a good thing.
Yeah, Ryan, do you know is Oladipo a better 3-point shooter than RJ percentage wise?
I would have to look that
No.
up, but based on what I've seen from Oladipo, like he's struggling shooting this season. I would,
Yeah.
like if I have to take a guess, I'd say no. But I'm gonna check to make sure though.
And I think he's a better foul shooter than RJ.
This season for the Houston Rockets, Oladipo is at 29%.
Oh,
Which is, but it's interesting because when he was the Pacers, it was higher than 29, but it
Yeah,
wasn't.
he shot better. Yeah.
He shot better.
I don't know. See, I'm saying the problem. This is like this in the real world. I look at it like this: any player, it's what I'm willing to pay is what he's worth, not what the league wants. What am I willing to pay? So
Right.
if Oladipo doesn't, I'm not going to give up both my first round.
No, I'm definitely not doing that.
Oladipo. So, it depends on what they want for him. And I honestly do not believe that he's going to get a max contract from anybody. I don't think he's going to.
No way.
So I would wait. If I liked him,
Yeah,
even
I'm
if
with
I
you.
liked him, I would wait. And I would not make the Carmelo mistake. Wait till the offseason. See what the market's going to pay for him. Because I don't think he's going to get a $100 million deal this offseason. Whoever does that is a sucker. I don't think he's going to do it.
In general, I don't feel like we're hard pressed to make a move right now, unless it's like a move that, like not for these guys who are like, we don't know where they're going to go either way, not for like, not for someone like Victor Oladipo,
Nah.
like where it could work but couldn't work. It doesn't seem like a natural fit. I wouldn't move assets for this year to try to make a playoff push with him.
Now, McCollum's a better fit to me.
Yeah, McCollum works amazingly.
Because McCollum, he's a spot-up shooter. He could shoot the basketball.
Yeah.
I just don't know why Portland would give them up.
Yeah, me neither.
And why would they? I don't know. I mean, they've been playing good, and he hasn't been playing because he's hurt. But
Right. Like, I don't understand where this rumor came from at all. It doesn't really
Unless
give
the
any
Blazers
rhyme or reason.
unless they want to put Gary Trent Jr. in McCollum's spot, and they figure they're gonna get some picks for him. Now they off of a max contract. They got more room right now. You know, they can get some expiring assets for him. That's what I was thinking. But
actually, that makes sense. No, that actually makes sense. That they feel like he's a cheaper version,
right?
Considering that they're a team. They're a small market team, so they operate the small market thing. And we want to save money. We have somebody who can do similar things, but for less money, it'll give us more cap to move around and get extra pieces on here.
Right.
Then you know what? You're absolutely right. I can actually see why that would actually.
I could see them moving him because Gary Trent Jr. has outperformed his contract already. So if you got him for 2 or 3 more seasons, restricted free agent or whatever, he's not going to cost. McCollum's a max player, so he's not going to cost you that. So you can get him, and the Knicks have the cap room to absorb a lot of that contract. So you get him, and you get with him. You know, there's the $2 picks. Boom, done. $2 picks. Throw in some players to make the money
salaries work.
Yeah, but then you taking on McCollum. Now you're talking about McCollum, RJ. You're talking about, you're going to have Alfred Payton, Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson. You still got IQ come off the bench with D Rose. That's
a move that can make us, that's something that can help us when
McCollum
immediately. Like, that's a player. That's a player.
Really good. He's really good. You know, so, I mean, he's better than Oladipo right now. So, and he's not, he broke his foot, I think.
That's the only thing is injury.
Yeah, I think he broke his foot. But he hasn't been, it's not like his whole career he's been injury prone.
So that's also like
29 now.
29,
it's kind of like a gamble for the future, because you don't if he broke his foot, you figure he's gonna be out for the year?
I'm not sure what his status is.
No, I think he's going to be back this season. I don't think he's out for the year.
Okay.
But he's definitely a pro level shooter, man. This cat's like
McCollum is the real. McCollum is one of those guys. He's just so underrated because of where he is and who he's playing next to.
$1 billion. He's gonna be underrated, but
exactly,
he's a pro level shooter, man. Oh my god, that's what I'm saying. We get somebody that can hit an open jump shot
consistently at a high value.
Knocked down. Now I don't know what year in his contract. How many years left in his contract?
Let's see. Let's just do that right now.
Yes, CJ McCollum.
So a move like that can really open the Knicks up, but then it's more like a piece away.
Pieces, man. We're keeping our core pieces. At the very least, McCollum grooms who's ever coming in. You know what I'm saying? So
now I see why CJ McCollum might be available. Last year of his contract, free agent this season. After the season's over,
there you go.
Free agent after the season's also expiring. So that would be a slick move. Now I see why they're monitoring it, because he's a free agent. So we have the $17 million in cap space that we haven't used yet. We trade him in because we're one of the teams who can actually absorb the contract without even giving as much back.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think we could do him with just the $2 pick.
Yeah.
We could do him with this $2 pick. And then I don't know who we would throw in, but we got to throw in somebody to make the money work. So we talking about, we can absorb at least 18 million of his 18 million of his money. So we throw in something. What is he making? 28? What is he making?
He's making a thing around, because I think it's 4 years, 108 million. So that's like roughly like 25, 26 mil.
So then
he's getting 29 this year.
He's getting 29 this year. So it would probably be like a sign and trade situation. Like if we do that, it'll be we send out our contract, we bring him back in and extend him. We probably have to give up Burks and Bullock and a couple of, because Burks and Bullock,
they would need a shooter back for sure.
10, 11 million, and then you got to absorb the rest of that.
Austin Rivers.
Yeah, Austin Rivers. You probably have to give up 3 of those players, and then you take in the money and you give them a couple of first rounders, and now they got first rounders. They put Gary Trent Jr. in his spot right there.
Right.
He's already playing in his spot. And so and Portland's in the playoff hunt. So you put them in there, and now you got they create some more space. And you get a guy that's 29, he could probably give us
3 more years. He can probably give us 3.
Yeah, he was 3 more years.
So I wouldn't max him out though, but I would definitely give him like 20 a year. I would give him 3 years 60. I would give him the Bogdan.
3 years 60. I would do that in my sleep. Yeah.
Yeah, easy.
I give him
Easy.
like whatever Bogdanovich got. I give it to CJ McCollum.
How much is he averaging a game to CJ McCollum?
Oh, what is he averaging? What's he averaging?
It's over 20 a game. I know that
Over
much.
20 a game.
Yo,
Yeah.
Okay.
you give him a Julius Randle to play with, and you give him a RJ Barrett who's a slap.
Yeah, that's going to be dope. But then the offseason, we just looking at point guard. See, and at that point, you have CJ McCollum in the building. You have Julius Randle in the building.
Oh boy. So before he got injured, he played 13 games and was averaging 26.7 points a game.
Yo, I'm talking to Portland, man. So I'm saying is that, but
That price tag might be a little higher. I'm just
Yeah.
it's gonna be higher than 20.
First round,
It's gonna
you
be
know.
higher than 20.
And then on top of that, he's shooting 47% from the field and 44% from 3 before he got hurt.
I'm keeping my first rounder this year though. I'm giving the
That-
Dallas pick, but I'm keeping mine.
Oh, that's gonna be tough. The way
They're
he's
gonna,
playing
they're
this
gonna
season,
act,
yeah,
that,
they're
that
gonna
price
ask for
tag's
that.
gonna be high.
Well, who's gonna? I want to see.
That price
who's
tag's gonna be
I
high.
would give him the 2 first rounds from Dallas. That's all I would give him. I'm not overpaying now. Papa Leon ain't playing that. He's not having
Yeah.
that. So I'll give
If
you
it's
the
the
first.
2 first rounders, yes.
I'll give you 2 first rounders from Dallas. I throw in Bullock. I throw in Bullock and Burks. And yeah, we can move on from there. But
I can see
and
them
I give
asking
you
for
Austin
somebody
Rivers.
else, though.
You
I'm
got-
not
you
gonna
got
lie.
3
26
Yeah.
a game. The only thing that can drive down his price is the injury.
I wouldn't worry about that. I wouldn't.
I mean,
even worry
I'm
about-
saying as a negotiator.
Yeah,
If
but
I'm- if, you know,
I would use that to try to get him. I'll say,
That's what
but
I'm saying.
You may not even come back. So I'm just saying, CJ McCollum makes more sense than Bradley Beal, than Oladipo. And I mean, to me, the number one guy that we could get is Levine.
Levine.
Can't get Levine. McCollum is a pretty good case, man. It's a pretty good situation because this kid is lights out. He's lights out.
Yeah.
He's lights out. He's a lights out pro level shooter. I just didn't realize he was in the last year of his deal because he's a lights out pro level shooter, man. He's better than all the guys we were talking about. We were talking about Gallo. We were talking about
Yeah, light years better.
Beasley.
Yeah,
We was
yeah.
talking about Bogdan. This guy's better than all of them. So
Yeah.
so he's just a tier below the superstar status. He's right there, man.
And at that point, when you hit free agency, at that point, if you have him locked in and Randall, free agency should go a lot easier for us. Like,
No.
Very easy, much easier.
this is when you get the discounts.
Yes.
This is when
Yeah.
you get the
Cat's coming looking for the ring. Cat's
my
coming
value
looking
is
for the
this,
ring.
but I'll play here for below market value. That's when that stuff starts to happen.
Exactly.
That means we're gonna have back. What's the boys? We're gonna have back Nerlens Noel. We're gonna have back Taj. We're gonna have back all the guys that are coming and looking for that ring. We're gonna have them back. But
Yeah.
you get CJ in there. I mean, and you got IQ with them floaters coming off the bench. Oh my God, with Pete Rose. What?
Play IQ, man. I want to see IQ start with that. I want to see IQ get some point guard reps in there,
What?
man.
It would be off the chain. So
IQ CJ, that's like mini Dame.
yeah, so if I'm the Knicks, I'm doing just what they said. I'm monitoring the situation.
Monitoring.
I'm monitoring the
I'm
situation.
monitoring.
Yeah.
See what they can get. I'm monitoring the situation because if we got something there, because those 2 guys, I'm really not looking at Beal. He's going to cost too much, and I'm not looking at Oladipo because he's not worth what he's probably wanting. So, but McCollum and Levine,
I'm looking at
I'll
I'm
keep
looking
my
at
eye on
that
them.
too. Then it's just role players. Then it's
the Knicks are in
just
such a good position. Man.
yeah, options, man.
If we don't do
Options.
anything, we still
This
got
is-
2 first round picks.
I've been saying this.
Away.
The same with the Brooklyn. The Brooklyn is like once you establish, a winning culture and people kind of see that you're on the right path,
Yep.
and that your front office is competent, moves start to get easier. People start
Yeah.
asking to come.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
want to
People start taking discounts. You don't have
That's
to
right.
overpay for mediocre talent anymore.
That's
Like,
right.
Exactly.
That's right. So I mean, let's see what happens, man. So if they're gonna make a move for one of those guys, it would be by the deadline. So we have to see. We're not far away. I think the deadline is 3 weeks.
March
Yeah,
25th.
yeah.
3 weeks.
I think it's March
So-
25th. Yeah.
So let's see what happens, man. We're gonna make a deal. Now, I think they would deal Frank, and they would deal Knox if they were going to get a guy like that. But I don't know about Obi. I don't know. But like you said, because marketing seems to always have one foot out the door.
Yeah, he's been in trade rumors for like years.
And not only that, Chicago was rumored to take Obi this draft. It was a shock to everybody that they took Patrick Williams. So he was rumored to look at Obi or Okoro. That's what they were, or Danny Abdiva. They were looking at them guys. But
exactly.
Yeah.
Now, as it turns out, they did the right thing. Patrick Williams is going.
Patrick Williams is.
I talked about the Florida State boys, man.
Yeah,
he's play. And I mean, and Malik, I would still have paid Malik the $60 million to come to New York.
Yeah.
Yo, you know what's funny too that I'm looking at stuff. I was looking at the free agent list, and I laugh because I can see certain people, like I can see a person coming back. And you're gonna laugh at me when I say this name.
Coming back that was here before.
That's a free agent. I can see it, man.
Justin Holiday?
No, I would like Justin Holiday. That would be a decent piece. I can see Tim Hardaway Jr. coming back, yo.
Ooh. See, but you have to let Burke walk because that's Alec Burke. Tim Hardaway and Alec Burke the same player.
Yeah, depending on if he's involved in a trade, or maybe Burks will come back. Who knows?
I like Alec Burke. I mean, he's in a perfect position coming off the bench.
Yeah, I like his role. So, and Tim Hardaway has to play that same role. He wouldn't be a starter. No, that's what I'm saying. Like,
you gotta come off the bench.
No, like because the thing with Tim Hardaway is playing off the bench right now in Dallas. And he's actually playing better now. He's off the bench. He's averaging 18 a game.
Third option, that boy is nasty.
Yeah, as a third option, that was always a problem. Yeah. That was always a problem with the Knicks. He was the number one option.
He's nasty, man. There's no question. He can play. You know, but as a first option, no.
Nah.
Office, man.
As long as he pay him third option money, you know.
Yeah, he pay third option money. He's ready to play, man. I mean, he can play. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. But I'm just thinking, if we're talking about CJ McCollum and Zach LaVine,
yeah, I'm getting excited thinking about that. I don't even want to get too excited.
That's a different scenario because those cats will bring us. See, I'm not looking at it just as this season. I'm talking about the next 3 seasons as Julius gets better, as RJ gets better, as Mitchell gets better, as IQ gets better. You're talking about a maturity level of these guys that are young, that when you add a guy that's still going to be at a high level in the
it's going to bring up their game as well. It's going to bring them along.
Amazing. It's going to be amazing, man, with McCullum or LaVine. Now, I wouldn't be talking like that with Beal because Beal is ready for a chip right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Bill is ready for a chip right now. So he's looking at a LA, Clippers or Lakers. He's looking at a Portland. He's looking at even like a San Antonio who's in the thick of it right now and has a history.
Right. Nah, I feel
he's looking at them type of guys right now.
Yeah. And you know what, too? And I'm going to wrap up all the rest of the stuff because there's a bunch of other guys who's listening to rumors too. But we said it in the live stream. I'm going to say it again. Guys like my man from the Cavs.
Oh, yeah. No.
Andre Drummond?
Hell no.
Hell no.
Guys like my guy from Houston.
Who?
DeMarcus Cousins?
Marcus Cousins. Because people were like, maybe should we get DeMarcus Cousins?
Well, I'll tell you what. I don't want him, but I'm kind of scared of that Kentucky connection.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
I don't think we need Marcus Cousins, but I'm saying the Kentucky connection is a real thing, man.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah.
My thing is, I don't think Tom is going to tolerate slow defense. That's my thing.
That's what I'm saying. He can't move. He's not a guy that can move.
Yeah.
And he's already got the 2, he got 3 centers when you count Taj that can play the way he wants him to play. So what you going to do with DeMarcus Cousins? I don't think so.
I think it's too much problem to have him as a backup. It's too much problems to have him as a backup. I feel like he's
interfere with somebody's minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and DeMarcus Cousins, like, even though he's not performing like he was before the injuries, like, he's still got those 1 or 2 games in it where he's going to give you 20 and 20. So, I mean, a guy like that, like, it's nice to have him, but at the moment, it's like the way the Knicks big man is set up is like,
he in the
year is like not at the moment, not at the moment.
He's one of those guys that needs a team that needs a piece for a chip. Like I could see him go to Milwaukee,
go to Lakers or something,
or the Lakers or the Clippers, something like that. Somebody that can bring him in as a backup, like you said, it could get him 20 points on a given night.
Yeah,
it's not dependent on that.
Nah. I know you're not for it, Raw, but I still like the idea of like Mo Bamba as a development piece, not a guy to
You
take
like a G League piece?
yeah, like a long term.
Like
you know
Kenny
why? You know
Wooten?
why? You know
Like
why?
Kenny
Just
Wooten?
huh?
Like Kenny Wooten piece?
Yeah, like a Kenny Wooten-ish. Like he's not gonna. There's no pressure to play him, but he's a guy who can block shots, can shoot threes, and he's not gonna. Is not going to be any pressure to take minutes away from
Let me tell you,
Robinson or Nerlens Noel. You know what I mean?
Problem with that. I like what you're saying, JL. I would put him in the G League and let him dominate this season. But then you're depending on Tibbs to say, okay, I'm going to discard Taj Gibson and bring in Mo Bamba. Now, you and I both know he's not going to he's not going to do that.
Like I'm thinking he's our Amari Spellman. That's what he's our Amari. You know what I mean?
But see, I'm
And where's Spellman now?
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, Spellman was out of shape. Spellman was out of shape. You know what I'm saying? You know, Bombamba looked like he can do 600 pull-ups today. You know?
Yeah, at least he's not fat. But I don't know. I'm just saying, if you put him in the G League, he would dominate. And then you get him sharp down there. You could bring him up, and now you got an insurance policy behind the Nerlens Noel.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
But I mean, then you're going to have to say, well, what you going to do with Taj? I mean, unless you're going to trade Obi and Taj becomes your backup 4. But Taj is really at this stage of career more of a 5. He doesn't have that fluidity for a 4. He could be a 5. So I don't know, man. I mean, and the thing is, you got to realize who your coach is. He is not going to put Mo Bamba in front of his boy Taj. He's just not.
I know he's not.
Yeah,
that's why I say.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Long term, like have him develop. Taj is old. You know how many years Taj got left?
Yeah, if you're gonna let Mo Bamba wait 2 seasons,
yeah.
My thing is that Mo Bamba's getting playing time in Orlando now, though.
He's just starting to.
I know, but I'm just saying that you know he's gonna look at a situation like, well, I'm getting playing time in Orlando now. Do I really want to go to a situation in the Knicks where I'm not gonna get no playing time playing G League?
But he wasn't. That's the thing, though. He wasn't getting playing time in Orlando. Like I know he played with us last time, but he was lost in the depth chart in Orlando. He wasn't.
Jonathan Isaac injury, right? That he's getting the playing time.
I think so. I don't know. Yeah, I think so. I think it's the injuries that got him getting playing time. But other centers beat him out. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, if other centers beat him out, then he's a project. We can treat him like a project, and there's no pressure to play him. You know what I mean? That's my thinking.
Right now, man, the league is flush with 5s, man. I mean, you got a whole bunch of 5s out there. You know, you still got what's his name? The guy that was the number 3 pick over there from Philly. Okafor, he's hanging out there. You still got Willie Hernan Gomez. You got a whole bunch of cats trying to
Willie.
Willie started the other night.
So you
still got guys out there trying to, at the 5 spot, because it's not a big, demand spot right now. And so we already got guys between the 3 guys that we got that's manning that down. So I just don't think we have the room for Mo. I'm not saying Mo is not good. I'm not saying he couldn't.
I heard you saying.
But it'd be hard because we already got that spot man down right now. I mean, I'm just, Mitchell hurt his hand. And look, we ain't missed a beat. We got Nerlens, and then Taj came in and made the defensive player of the night last night. So
yeah.
I mean,
he got lucky. He got lucky.
No. Yeah, he got lucky there. Yeah, he got lucky because Cat got the shot he wanted.
Yeah,
Cat got the shot it just went in and out.
But look, you see that in and out stuff? That was Derrick Rose's whole night. That was RJ's whole night, man.
If that shot went down, Ryan Saunders would still have a job right now.
I mean, that's poetic justice, man. That's poetic justice. That's the way the Knicks was. How are we gonna lose this game? That's the way the Knicks was. So it's poetic justice. It was supposed to roll in and out.
Yeah, man. I'm so glad we won that game. That would have been a bad loss if you lost.
Yeah, it would have been a really bad loss. Yeah.
Not with Tibbs, baby. We're not doing
that.
Like that. That's why he brought his boy Taj on the team. But situations like that.
Exactly.
You're not gonna have that this year. No, thank you.
Yeah. Exactly. I'll say this though. I know I'm kind of going off on a tangent right now, but watching that game against Minnesota, it did bring one concern to me because I'm like I understand that Noel and Taj are good backups, but against centers like Cat, where they're very versatile and they got size, they're gonna struggle against guys like that. Like Cat, Joel Embiid, Jokic, and guys like that.
Yeah, but that's
where we're gonna really miss Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah, because there's not too many players in the whole world that could guard those guys.
Right.
I mean, you talk about the top between Embiid and Cat. you're talking about the top offensive centers on the planet. So
Yeah.
so to say that Mitchell Robinson can guard them tells you what Mitchell Robinson is, but you're not going to replace that easily. So to get a
Yeah.
backup for $5 million in Nerlens Noel, he can do the best he can. And like I said, it's enough to win. Hey, listen.
Yeah, he's number 5 in the NBA in blocks.
RJ wasn't shooting like Ray Charles, and if Derrick Rose could hit a layup, it wouldn't have been that close. But
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, man, we need to get our shooters back shooting, man.
Yeah.
We need to get our shooters back shooting, man.
yeah.
All right, let's pause for a second. Now it's time for the favorite part of the show. The ooh picks. The ooh picks are the best basketball plays of the week from the New York Knicks. We describe it, we talk about it, and we let y'all know about it. But before we get into those picks, I gotta let you know about Manscaped. These picks are sponsored by Manscaped. All right. So, who is the best in men's below the waist grooming? Big news, Manscaped just released their new cologne scent to help you feel good and smell good all over and at all times. Who knew smelling this good could feel this good too? Manscaped is trusted by over 2 million men worldwide. Join the movement for all your below the waist grooming needs, all right? And while you at it, don't just get the cologne. You got to get the trimmer 3.0. It shaves you down there so your hair don't be looking like Fizdale, all right? And you make sure that thing is taken care of. It won't nick your knickers. It has an LED light. You know what I mean? And also you can do it in the shower. And it's going to make sure that you're taken care of and your lady will enjoy it. Trust me, it's not only for you. It's more for your lady. So definitely get the trimmer 3.0. And you go to manscaped.com. And you type in the code KOT, you'll get 20% off and free shipping. Tell them KOT sent you. And like my man Ryan always says, ball deodorant, best kept secret.
Exactly.
All right? But yeah, let's get to these ooh picks, man. Let's get to these ooh picks. Who wants to go first?
All right, I guess I'll go first then.
I go first, man.
All right, so both my ooh picks come from the Minnesota game. So there was a play in the Minnesota game where there was like a scrum for the ball. Everybody diving on the floor.
Oh, scrum, I like that word.
Yeah, trying to get the ball and everything, and the ball ended up in Burke's hands.
Mm-hmm.
The Burke saw Rose to the side, so he passed the ball to Rose. The Rose used that exquisite court vision, saw RJ coming from the wing.
Yeah.
Pass off to RJ. RJ finished out the rim. Damn.
I like that one. That was nice.
Yes.
Good job. All right.
Excellent.
Bro, what you got? Oh, you got two. Cool.
I got two.
You got two, Ro. You got two.
Yeah. Second ooh pick, same game against Minnesota, Julius Randle.
Get the handles.
Yes. So there was a play where Julius Randle was backing up Vanderbilt in the post. Backing him in. He felt Vanderbilt on his back.
Yeah.
So he spun to his left.
Feline
It was
quickness,
clean.
boy.
It was clean. Baseline open. One up, tomahawk slam. Bam.
Man, I never seen Randall smile so much in my
Yo,
life.
that
I
was a
swear.
nasty. That was a nasty. Oh my god! I kept saying, "Oh my god!" That was a nasty move.
And he
Yeah,
knew it was
was.
nasty the way he was smiling. I was like, I got you.
Yep.
Like, you go ahead, handles.
That
Go
was
ahead.
good ones. That was good ones.
Exactly.
That was good.
Handle Randall spinning and winning this time.
Spinning and winning.
Winning.
Who knew a spin move from Randall would be in the ooh picks?
Exactly.
I mean, I didn't know that boy could move that quick.
Yeah, I didn't see that in the repertoire. All right.
I mean, that was quick spin.
Facts,
Boom.
facts. Boom. 1, 2. All right, go ahead, Raw. What you got?
Man, we going back to my boy Julius Randle 1 week ago tonight against Atlanta. The Knicks was trying to lose the game, and Randle said, "No, we are not losing tonight." 44 points and 7 threes. Kaplow. So I'm taking the Atlanta game, the 44-point outburst from Julius
All right.
that cemented him as an Eastern Conference All-Star.
That's right. Call into existence.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
And if he's an all-star by the time this episode comes out, then you're a prophet. You just look that much smarter. All right. So let me dig back into the archives. My ooh pick goes to a player he's been kind of lost. He's been Valentine's Day just passed, and there's certain people who don't have Valentines. They're in a situationship, right? That's where Kevin Knox is. Kevin Knox is in a situationship. He only gets situational playing time, right? But during his situational playing time, he made the most of it. Okay, so there is a play where Kevin Knox, he has the ball at the top of the key, sees Obi cutting from the left side, and jumps in the air, rises. Kevin Knox throws him the ball perfectly. Obi catches it and dunks it one hand ferociously. Oh, top play. Beautiful. Kevin Knox only played 5 minutes, but it was 5 really good minutes and 2 really good, impactful plays. So shout out to you, Kevin Knox.
Shout out, Kev.
Yes.
Yeah, man. All right, now it is time for the other favorite part of the show. The bruh picks. Bruh picks are usually the worst plays of the week. It don't even have to be, basketball per se. It can just be anything stupid, anything dumb, anything you didn't like that happened this week. You just wanted to point it out. It doesn't even have to even be bad. Yeah, it doesn't have to be basketball related. Just talk about it, get it off your chest. All right. Roy, what you got, man? What you got?
Cat Herschel Walker.
Oh boy.
After 300 years of free labor, this cat say we don't deserve reparations. Bruh. Somebody tell this cat what's up, please. 300 years of free labor. 300 years of free labor, and we don't get reparations? Okay. Somebody please tell him what's up. I mean, he must have got one of his personalities messed up or something because,
it's basically a Kanye moment.
Yeah, Kanye.
That's what it is.
Yeah, that is a Kanye one.
That was, somebody did the MK Ultra on him and he got his mind messed up and that's it.
It was funny because whenever people go like, you go back to where you came from, go back to that. I'm like, go back to what? You owe me money. No, I ain't going to. You owe me money.
I was somebody
go back.
I said, I'll be glad to leave. Just give me my back
pay me what I was owed.
Plus interest, and I'm out.
Plus
I'm out.
interest. My 40 acres in the mule.
I'm out.
I was supposed to get that. That never happened.
For 300 years of free labor.
300 years of free labor.
That my great-grandparents paid. So just give me what we owe. And we have no problem. We out.
Exactly. All these banks that have money right now, was built off of us. Give me my money. Chase Manhattan, Bank of America.
All of them.
All
that cotton, all that tobacco, all the tobacco profits, all the cotton profits. I tell you what, just give me what you owe with the interest.
Yeah.
And I'm out.
There was a black bank they started for us to get us on our feet after slavery. They took that bank.
That's right.
Yeah.
They paid the slave owners $2 million because of the loss of work when they signed the Emancipation Proclamation.
Yeah. So paid them.
So like you paying the purpose that had us in chains. So all I'm saying is it's only fair. 300 years of free labor. And listen, 3% interest, give us the minimum wage for 300 years.
Exactly.
I'm out.
I'm in Ghana. It was good.
Yeah, I'm in Ghana. I'm in Colombia. I'm pina colada. I'm out.
Facts. All facts.
Hit my tab. See you later. Oh, man. All right. Bro, man, for the fifth floor, what you got, man?
Yeah, I got a few bro picks. These were kind of accumulated, so I had to pick out my favorite, 2 or 3.
Okay.
So my first bro pick goes to Draymond Green. This is from a while back.
Oh my gosh. I'm hitting the bro now. Oh my God.
Warriors versus the Spurs.
Oh,
so there were 8 seconds left in the game. The Warriors were inbounding the ball. Draymond Green got the ball near the logo. Threw up the 3 with about 8 seconds left on the clock. Didn't waste no time. Didn't try to find Steph. Nobody. Just threw it up. Brick. Game done.
Bruh.
I think you go a whole segment on Draymond Green.
I'm telling you.
And all the stuff he did this week. Sheesh.
Exactly.
He's coming to the Garden tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, matter of fact, yeah, he got tossed out the game that we played the first one.
Yes, he did.
Thanks,
Yeah, he did.
Thanks, Draymond.
But his mouth-
Yeah. My second, bruh, I had to throw this in there. LeBron James, Los Angeles Lakers, against the Timberwolves. So now my man's thinking he's Dame Lillard. My man thinking he's Steph Curry. All these dudes.
My man thinking he's IQ.
Exactly. All these dudes that shoot from the logo. LeBron thinks that he is them right now. So against the Wolves, LeBron pulls up from a 3 from the logo, airballs it, and had people on him laughing on Twitter like CJ McCollum, like, ha ha ha, like, oh, that's what we doing now?
As Waltz would say, you're open for a reason.
Exactly.
Oh God.
Oh man.
And my last bro pick, not Jamal Murray. I mean, Hamidou Diallo for the OKC. It involved Jamal Murray though.
Okay.
So at halftime, Jamal Murray threw up a prayer near half court. As the ball's going up, players sometimes they like to get take the ball out of the air. When guys take long shots, but usually it's after the shot clock goes out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Jamal Murray throws up a prayer from half court. My guy goes up, hits the ball. The shot clock did not go out yet. Goaltending.
Oh my.
Oh, I saw. Yeah. I forgot about that.
Oh
One.
shoot.
Yeah.
Cause barked on.
His whole team was looking at him like, "What are you doing?" Like.
Yeah. Matter of fact, you know what that is, Ryan?
Whose man's
is this, man? Like,
Exactly. Whose man's is this? Yeah.
Yo, Kevin Garnett really messed that man up, man.
Word.
Kevin Garnett really messed that man
Jacked
up.
in the food.
Oh man, because Kevin Garnett is the one who really started doing that, but he waited until he knew that the shot didn't
Exactly.
count.
Exactly.
But yeah,
He ain't losing no game behind.
he's definitely not losing no game for sure.
Nah.
All right. Yep. Those were the bro picks, man. That was our show. Great show, guys. This is one of those shows where like we just started a conversation and it just went all over the place. And but we got a lot of interesting thoughts and ideas and concepts and explanations out. So good show, guys. Good show. Great show for it. All right. So yeah, my guy Raw, where can they find you?
Raw Hebrew Remnant on YouTube.
Mhm.
Raw Hebrew Remnant on Twitter.
That is right.
Very
Find
easy.
'em. Very easy. And you can find me. You can find me at Jailers Drawstings on Instagram. You can definitely find me there. You can also find me, or find us really, on the KOT Show on Twitter, the Knick Time Show on Instagram and Facebook. Also, check out the blogs at theknicktimeshow.com. Check out our blog writers there too, and check out the merch. Check out these KOT fitteds, man. It's rocking. You got it in blue and orange. You got it in black and white for the people. All right, for the people. Shout out to the people who's already copped those. All right, so copy yours too at theknicktimeshow.com. All right, now, Ryan, where can he find you, sir?
You can find me on Instagram at Sir G is chilling.
Sir G is chilling.
That's SIR. G is CHILLIN. You can find me on Twitter at Sir_G is best.
All right. That's what's up. That is our show, guys. We out of here.
Peace.
New York, big city of dreams.
I'm coming straight out.
New York, big city of dreams.
NYC.